All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to take on one of the biggest, most accepted ideas in personal finance, the 30-year fixed mortgage. We've all been taught that a home is our greatest asset, but we're going to challenge that. We're going to show you how it might actually be your biggest financial trap. So let me just ask you this straight up. I want you to think about it. You probably fought tooth and nail for that low interest rate, you locked it in, and everybody told you, you won. That's the best you can do. But what if the whole game is rigged from the start? And that right there is the heart of what we're talking about today. Now, look, this isn't about making you feel bad about your choices. It's about pulling back the curtain on the math the banks have been using against you for decades, and then showing you how to flip the script and use it for yourself. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. Here's the secret they don't exactly advertise. The bank, well, they don't really care that much about your great low rate. What they really care about is the loan structure, because it's been perfectly designed to suck the maximum amount of interest out of your pocket right at the beginning. This is the name of the beast, front-loaded amortization. It sounds complicated, but it's actually a pretty simple and honestly, a kind of brutal concept. For the first several years of your loan, you are basically just renting money from the bank. You're barely making a dent in what you actually owe. Let me just show you what I mean. So let's use a pretty typical example, right? Say you've got a $500,000 loan. Your monthly payment for principal and interest is around $2,245. Seems normal, right? Pretty manageable. But what are you really paying for with that check every month? Okay, prepare yourself. Here is the breakdown of your very first payment. Out of that $2,200, only $780, just $780, actually goes toward paying down your house. A mind-blowing $1,465 goes straight to the bank. It's pure interest. You're paying almost double in interest what you're paying on your actual home. And it doesn't get much better. Let's fast forward just 5 years into the loan. You've been a perfect customer, you've made every payment, totaling over $134,000. But guess what? A massive $81,000 of that money was just interest. After 5 years and all those payments, your loan balance has barely even moved. It's crazy. So what's the typical advice you hear? Oh, just refinance. But here's the trap. When you refinance, you are literally just resetting the clock on that front-loaded interest schedule. You're jumping right back into year one, where you're paying the absolute maximum in interest all over again. It's a financial hamster wheel, and it's designed to keep you running in place. Okay, enough of the bad news. So how do we break out of this? How do we beat the bank at their own game? Well, it's simple. We start thinking like they do. We turn their own strategy against them, and it all starts by understanding the two different ways interest can work. And here's the big paradigm shift. Amortized interest, that's the bank's tool they use against you. But simple interest, that's the tool they use for themselves. And now it's going to be the tool for you. See, with simple interest, the calculation happens every single night on whatever your exact balance is that day. And this is where your everyday cash flow becomes your secret weapon. Now, this might sound a little strange at first, but just roll with me on this. I want you to imagine, what if every single dollar you earned, the moment it hit your account, immediately started paying down your biggest debt, before you even paid a single bill? What would happen? Well, this is the tool that makes that idea a reality. It's called an all-in-one loan, or AIO. And no, it's not just another mortgage, it's something different. It completely replaces your mortgage and your checking account, and it merges them into one single powerful financial engine. And don't worry, it comes with everything you're used to: a debit card, checks, online bill pay, the whole shebang. Here's where the magic happens. We call it the interest sweep. Your paycheck gets deposited, and boom, instantly your loan principal drops by that exact amount. That very same night, the bank recalculates the interest you owe on that new, much lower balance. Then, throughout the month you pay your bills, the balance goes back up. But for all those days in between, every idle dollar you had was actively fighting for you, saving you a fortune in interest. So, theory is one thing, but let's look at the actual, undeniable math. Let's imagine two families. They're totally identical. Same income, same spending, same $500,000 house. The only thing that's different is the financial tool they choose to use. So you've got family A. They do what we're all taught to do. They get a mortgage, they have a separate checking account where their paychecks sit, basically doing nothing. Then you have family B. They run their entire financial life through that one all-in-one account. Every dollar of their income is constantly, relentlessly attacking their loan principal, day in and day out. And here it is. This is the staggering result of that one simple change. Family B, without earning a penny more, without changing their spending habits one bit, pays off their entire house in just 9.5 years. Meanwhile, Family A is still stuck in what is essentially a 30-year financial sentence. That is the incredible power of making your money actually work for you. And this really says it all perfectly. This isn't some gimmick, it's not a loophole. You're just leveling the playing field. You're finally using the exact same financial principles the big banks have been using for 100 years to build their skyscrapers, only now you're using it to build your own wealth. So let's kind of wrap this all up. If there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that we've been conditioned our whole lives to focus on the completely wrong number. I know what a lot of you are probably thinking, but I've got a great 3% fixed rate. Why would I give that up? And I get it. But you have to see that if your loan balance is being aggressively chipped away at every single night, the effective interest you end up paying is a tiny fraction of what you pay in that safe traditional loan. It's not about the rate, it's about the balance. So let's just recap the absolute core ideas here. 1, that low fixed rate you're so proud of, it's kind of an illusion because all the interest is loaded at the front. 2, every dollar sitting idle in your checking account is a massive wasted opportunity. 3, simple daily interest is your new best friend. And most importantly, 4, the structure of your loan matters infinitely more than its advertised rate. So I'll just leave you with this one final question. And after seeing the math, I want you to really take a hard look at your own finances and ask yourself this: is your money working for you or is it working for your bank? Because every single dollar you have is doing one or the other. You get to decide which it's going to be.